wheel AL1 race, and we are here in Spain. Got the weather report in, and it looks like we're going to have a full wet quali, so we're going to have some slightly slower times for the qualifying, but then we're going to be going on to a full dry race. So it looks like we've got to get the times in so they can get on that pole position for the better conditions for the race.
Evening, ladies and gentlemen. Co-pilot is here. Yeah, it'd be interesting to see what sort of times they can get in the wet.
On board with Mr. Flash, who's just about to come round and finish his first flying lap.
Funny enough, so am I on board with him too.
And a respectable time for in the wet.
Did you have a wet quick lap for this track? Sort of the fastest one so far?
No, we've got the pole time from last season, which was set by Mitch Emery, who was set it on the Inters. So quite interestingly, it's
same petition sort of thing.
Yeah, but that time was a 1 minute 30.723, but he was faster than second place by 8 tenths. And Mitch has returned to us this season now, so funnily enough,
yes,
if you look at the top of the screen, you'll see that he has posted the fastest time.
Time. Well done, Mitch.
Certainly what you want coming back for your debut race into wheel to wheel. Now interestingly, if we look down at Snoop, who's on his outlap now, he's chosen to go out in the Inters. He's the only one that's gone onto the Inters, so let's see if his lap times reflects whether that was a good or bad decision.
Oh, might be. No.
No. Lost the back end a little bit there.
Yeah. I don't know, see if Steve improves, see if he can get a lap in with him. And then he'll have some sort of baseline.
I think Snoop's had 1 or 2 races off recently, so he's returning back, so he's wanting to put that good impression in as well, getting the pole position. So let's just watch him now as he begins his flying lap. I think last season's race was quite a traumatic race for quite a few people, because from what I can tell, 13 drivers started the race, but only 6 finished.
Yes. Was that internet connection problems or just the track?
I couldn't tell you right now, but it was obviously a wet quali.
Oh, somebody doing a dance behind Snoop there.
Well, that was one of the Force Indias, and that
still doing a dance.
That will be Dan, because the other Force India, Rebs, has unfortunately got a race ban.
Dan looked like he had surfboards attached to his wheels for as he came around that corner.
As you can see from the camera, there's poor visibility with this weather.
Yeah, he's backed off. I have a watcher, evening watcher.
Just reminds me, I think I'm going to post the link up to our wheel-to-wheel racing Facebook page, so you can check out some highlights and some live streams on there. If you give us a like, there's also a sign-up button if you're interested in joining.
I second exactly what you just said. Word perfect as well, exactly the same words.
So Snoop there sets quite a slow time in comparison to the rest. I think the Inters might have been a bit of a incorrect decision there by the Toro Rosso garage.
Is that a bit of a sort of a dry line I see appearing?
There is, So maybe he'll be looking at his delta now, seeing how his time compares to his last lap. He might be able to put in a better time now.
It looks a lot cleaner, sort of this part so far.
It is, it's just that race line, isn't it? So if he can stick to that and stay off the wet, he might be able to improve. Oh, Jordan Musk has retired. Let's just have a quick squint. See, oh. I think maybe he's happy with his time, but didn't want to risk damaging the car, so it looks like he's pulled over. So let's go back onto Snoop and see if we can get a better idea on how he's dealing with these conditions.
Just coming past into the last corner now, and we'll see.
It's definitely a hard track when you're coming through on the wet weather. He does improve.
In by a second.
Yeah. So
Well, it was an improvement.
it was. So if we go now to Mr. Flash, who's our current oh, he's in the pits. That was a bad decision, Bloom.
Well, we've got Chris and Lee are both on an out lap.
Who would you pick, Devils, to have a little watch on their flying lap now?
I would pick Lee, actually, but he's sitting behind Snoop, so I'm going to go on to Chris, who is also coming up to a car as well. That's the thing with it, you've got to time when you actually come out to do your quali lap to make sure you've got a clean space to get out in. It's always advisable in the garage before you come out to look at the track map, to have a quick glance at where the cars are, and normally it will show, I think is it green when it's pretty much safe for you to go out on track? Yeah. That's normally what I do.
Your garage will pay a lot of money for a strategizer to take that information and work with it so that you can maximise your track time.
Yeah, I never see none of that money, funny enough. None of it comes my way.
Well, just to give you a little bit of information on the Spain track then. First track Grand Prix was 1991. Current lap record is held, obviously in the real F1, is held by Kimi Raikkonen with a 1:21.6. So, but I can tell you the fastest lap last season for AL1, sorry, in the wheel-to-wheel, was set by Mitch Emery, who's back in for his debut race today as a 1:20.1. So we'll see how they've managed the 66 laps around the circuit today. So, but Devils, you was at Spain for the testing this year for Formula 1, wasn't you?
Yes, yeah, I went there for the last 2 days, and yeah, thoroughly enjoyed it. It's quite nice to see the cars before they actually got out and started doing some proper official Grand Prix. And I will go again.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's much cheaper than an actual Formula 1 itself, so it's worth going. Bit more relaxed, I would say.
How would you say how would you describe the noise of the new Formula 1 cars?
Oh, the noise of the the same as, say, last year, a little bit louder, but while I was there, I could honestly say the Force India was, I reckon, the loudest car on the track. And the Toro Rosso didn't sound like it had that ripping sort of turbo engine when it was running. I didn't sort of hear it much, or unless it was my ears deceiving me, but it didn't sound like what it sounds now.
So if we just go to Hip to Brown now, it's just about to cross the start finish line. is the only one who's not currently set a time. Oh, and he drives past the Haas car and he moves up to 14th. The only person left to set a time is Flash. Oh, and that was quite a terrible incident. Although we did set a faster time, I believe.
I think Chris is walloping one in as well now.
Who's that Haas driver who's... Right, it has to be gone. Was that his car? Was he in control of it at that start-finish straight? Who knows? So if we have a little run down the order for qualifying, and we've got Mitch Emery setting a pole time, which is, what's that, 1.3 seconds faster than second place?
Looks like it. 31.8 to second place is 33.1. So that is some speed.
That is some speed.
And some difference in the wet as well.
Yeah. But then this is going to be a dry track, so has he put his wet setup on for qualifying, but due to Park Form A rules, you need to keep the setup.
If he's done that on a dry setup,
if he's managed that on a dry setup, then hats off to him, because that is a phenomenal time in the wets.
He's got rather large gonads if he's done that on a dry setup on a wet track.
And as you can see, the crazy AI from Codemasters, it's cars crashing after they're under the AI control.
yeah, Codemasters, there's nothing wrong with your game, isn't it? I hope you're looking at that.
So running down the order, we've got Mitch Emery in first, Mr. Flash in second, Chewy on P3, Harry Ben on P4, Steve-O P5, Cookie P6, Jordan Mosk P7, Chris Bean P8, Lee Finley P9, Dan is P10, Chaz is P11, Sir Brian P12, Dastardly P13, Hector Brown P14, Gonk P15, and Snoop P16. Snoop obviously being the one that was on the Intis there. So that'll be interesting to see how this race pans out now.
Yeah. The picture that everybody was just looking at then, my hotel was just at the back of that grandstand. If anybody wanted to know where I stayed, it was there.
So there we go, the races will be having a 5-minute interval now, just before we get into up to an hour and a half of racing, as Wheel to Wheel does 100% races. So unfortunately you've got me and Devil to now chew the fat.
Yeah. Another little thing for Spain for you lot listening as well. If you go there, do not eat off the hamburger stands. They're dog shite. They taste fausty. I would seriously, I don't know, take some Tic Tacs with you or something, because I would not eat that again. It's a lot of money for... The bread was okay, but what was in it? That wasn't a burger. That wasn't a burger. That was like, yeah, looked like it trod in something. But there is a good restaurant down in the next town, sort of thing, called El Tapo. Plug in El Tapo there. And it's just sort of a taxi rank, so you just ask any taxi driver in the area and they will take you there. Food is fantastic, the hospitality is great, and it's about €10 to get you back from there to the track, so goods in. Town itself down around that area is quite nice. The actual racetrack is up on like an industrial area. But it's yeah, I would say beautiful track. The scenery around it with the mountains is fantastic.
There we go, just got a updated race weather report from one of our drivers' garage, Steve-O. And it looks like we have sunshine, 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 sunshine. As we can see, with the flags waving, the shadow of the flags on the floor, it's bright sunshine.
Am I looking at the same picture as you, where you see the DHL sign, and then the flag sign, and then the arms that comes out to control them guns?
Yeah.
Is there a white outline of a cock behind the back of that?
Is there a what? Sorry.
It looks like an outline of a penis. A little white penciled-in outline by the left-hand side of the garage entrance.
Which garage entrance? The one, Chewie's garage?
That would... Yes, Chewie, to the left-hand side, that thing, white outline, whatever it is.
That looks like
it looks like a rocket, or somebody's put a giant cock there.
Phallus.
Give a man a pencil phallus. And he will draw a penis. A big phallus symbol outside your garage. That's what's written on the sign above it. Nothing to see here.
Well, it's outside the Mercedes garage, so that might be an envious midfield team.
And there's another thing I'm looking at as well. Have a look at the shadow of the flag that's waving on the track. Can you see the outline of where the flag should be? It's still there.
Yeah.
It's also on the middle, the next one down as well. You can just see it. Codemasters, do something with your programmers, please. Little things. I told you we pull games apart. Also, names on the garages: Chewie and Valtteri Bottas. They've got that right because it's written down on the bottom. 44 Hamilton, 77 Bottas in red.
Yeah. On
the red stripe.
Yeah, they put the effort in on the small text, which is a minor detail, but on the big text, like you say, they've missed that one, haven't they?
Yeah, I mean, it's not like something that we look at all the time. Yes, it is. Because we stand here looking at this for 5 minutes. Yeah. So, yeah, you can pick anything, slightest little errors out. Like, I've only just noticed that flag doing that.
Yeah, I've noticed it a couple of times when I've been spectating, so...
I think it was on 216 as well. I don't know, it was either me or my TV or something, but there was always a little mark to the left, to the right-hand side of the right wheel, just above. And there was a tiny little smudge mark. It was always there on every single track. So it must have been in on the game or somewhere. Or I bought a Monday game. Right, we go in, by the look of it.
Yeah, we'll be into our formation lap. But just to give you some more information again, as you may have heard me say earlier, we've got one driver not racing today through a race ban. So the stewards have looked at the appeals set in, and there was an appeal against this driver, and the stewards have ruled that he is liable for a race ban. Rebs will not be with us today.
I was going to say that's the Force India car, wasn't it?
That was, yes. So now we begin our formation lap, and it's clear blue skies. So as we look at the league table, we've got Mr. Flash at the top with 66 points. Chewie, who is in second place with 51 points, followed by Harry Ben with 50 points. So the top three, certainly second and third, split by 1 point. So they'll be looking to get some points from this race. Obviously Spain's our induction race track. So there's a few people who've been around this track numerous times inducting new drivers. So it'll be interesting to see if they show themselves as well rehearsed around Spain. I'm sure I'm following who's out in front, and there's a car in front of him. Somebody overtook him during the formation lap.
No, I'm looking at his stream now, and he's the leading car. So
Don't worry about these disqualifications on the screen. It's just if you have a little tap on your formation lap, it resets you back to the start grid. But as soon as before the lights light up, you'll be reset to track, and we'll have all 16 races back on the grid.
Yeah, like these boys waiting on track. That's what happens when you get disqualified.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. You end up eating your half-time oranges a bit earlier.
So let's see how Mitch can hold his pole position. See if he did have a wet setup or a dry setup for qualifying. As we line up ready for the lights. Cars reset, and we have lights out. So Mitch moves over, defending his pole place. We've got Chewy and Flash holding their positions, coming round turn 1. It seems to be quite clean turn 1, turn 2 so far. Mitch is flying out in front. Let's have a look further down the field. Let's see Steve-O as he comes round. From what I can see, relatively clean start to the race.
Yeah, I'm sitting in the middle of the pack at the moment on Cookie. So there's quite a lot of cars in front of him and quite a lot of cars behind him.
Let's put up a bit of extra detail here. So.
Whoa, it's a good shot.
So you see Cookie's dropped 3 positions there from the start. Oh, I see a bit of carbon
and that
fibre.
is a Toro Rosso.
That is Jordan Loss. Can't move down quick enough. He's
Mitch
in the right
26.
place.
Wow.
He's in the right place for a damaged wing. He can just pull straight in now. And probably not what the Toro Rosso garage wanted, but he can get in now and fix that. So Lee Finley has had a good start to the race. He's gained 4 positions. And he's currently chasing down Harry Ben.
I wonder if Jordan will change his strategy.
Well,
keep on his car and see
what tyres was he on before?
Yellows. Yes, he's changed. He's gone on to the mediums.
So,
and changing the wing.
Now we've got the soft tyres, the mediums, and the hard available to us on this track.
Whoa! That was a. I was just watching him in the pits then. And his car vanished, and all of a sudden his teammate's car flew out of the garage.
Oh.
Good job I was recording that then. His car just vanished off the pit grid, sorry, off the pit stop, and it looked like the teammate car from the side of it just pulled out and is now him.
Oh, okay.
So, who's the other Toro Rosso driver? Right, that's Snoopy Mark, he's still out. Well, they're definitely 2 different cars, but... And Snoop weren't in the pits.
Do we have a game glitch there?
No, I think it's a graphic glitch by Codemasters. I think it's called 2017 Formula 1 game. The usual things that happen. Nicely done. That was Snoopy just taking a good overtake there. On Gonk.
Yeah. Quite a few tight gaps at the minute. Let's have a look at Chris Bean, who's chasing up on Chaz at the moment.
I'm going to stick on his back pack for a bit. There's quite a lot of them. You've got Snoop, Dast, Chris, Gonk. and then Hip and is it 4 seconds behind, and then Jordan's a lap pit stop behind a lot of them.
So I'm going to watch the Renault of Lee Finley here as he's coming down to the start strokes. He seems to have incredible pace at the start of this race. And he has DRS on Chewy. Has he got the straight line speed to challenge him before turn 1? No, Chewy also had DRS on Mr. Flash.
Chewy's got some good speed round here.
Tucking up on the inside. Oh. That's a good take there.
Still not done yet. Done.
Done. Done, done and done.
Just get his braking right. Oh, bit of a lock up. Can Chewy come back at him?
So that's the 6th position Lee Finley has gained from lap 1. That's quite an incredible start to the race for Lee Finley there. But of course, as we can see, Mitch Emery is nearly 5 seconds ahead of Mr. Flash.
Is he going for it? Yes, Daniel Ricciardo style.
He is.
Has he
that was a fantastic take.
Whoa,
but he had the bound.
Done him on the undercut.
Certainly some action going on further down the field. But
I'm going to stick on these 3 at the moment because this, yeah. Well, so DRS, or 2 of them. 2 of them with DRS on him.
I think Lee might.
Is he? Oh, he is.
I think there was a tiny bit of contact.
I think he got away with that. Did they both get away with it? Yes. I don't think he got damage. I think he was lucky.
I can't see any damage from the front. Lee Finney's just starting to create a bit of a gap now. I definitely think he's got faster pace on these turns, so he must have a higher downforce setup compared to the other 2 drivers behind him.
Every time I see the name Mr. Flash, all of a sudden the film pops up in my head, Flash Gordon, and Brian Blessed pops into my head for some reason. Very weird. Brian Blessed! Very distinctive voice, that man.
Yes, very. Mitch Emery setting a faster lap time again. Now over 6 seconds ahead of Lee Finley. So there's no touching Mitch on this race so far. Chewy's not giving up on his position with Mr. Flash then. He's still chasing him down. Top 4 drivers all on the soft compound, which is the softest compound you can get at Spain. So a couple different tyre strategies here. So it'll be interesting to see if anybody goes for a 1-stop.
I would put Hip to... Yeah, Hip, I would say would go for the 1-star. I can't pronounce it, I'm too smashed. Yeah, because I know he does long sort of stints, so I would say he does long stints first. He always uses sort of like the harder compound.
Yeah, he does try. He certainly tried it in...
He'll catch them all up on the pit stops. When they come in, all the ones off the yellows, he'll pass them. Or he'll be around them.
He will, but I don't think his strategy worked too well the last time. I think he tried to just push it too far, but you know, the Renault garage has also got Lee Finley, who's way up in 2nd place, so there's two
I
very
think maybe
strategies.
he might need to switch it around and maybe go for the softer option first and then take the hard ones to the end.
Oh, and missed a flash there, went a bit wide, which has allowed Chewy to gain right up to the back of him.
A little bit of distance, well, not much distance, forming up behind the middle of the pack. They're all sort of like in seeing distance of each other.
Yeah. So Chewy's got DRS again, so beginning to close that gap. Not enough before the turn.
Two Williams drivers there, just chugging along.
Yeah, Harry, Ben and Steve-O, they'll definitely be after some constructors' points. Because they are currently second in the constructors, 17 points behind the McLaren team.
Lee, quickest lap, 23.1.
Well done, Lee. Lee Finley is definitely the only man, I think, who could challenge Mitch Emery right now.
I'm just looking at the time to see that it's coming down a little bit. It's
I mean, Lee Finley has got some incredible pace, but he's had 3 DNFs out of 4 races, unfortunately. But the one race he did finish, he finished first. So, seeing if he can keep the strategy and keep the car from out of incident, then we'll see how he can level up to Mitch. So I think we'll have to go through the field now and have a see who else is doing well. I've just seen Snoops overtook Sir Brian. Let's see what's going on there. Snoop is now creating a gap to Sir Brian, so it seemed like it must have been a decent overtake. Certainly got a better setup there, I think. Let's have a look at Dan, who should now be coming down onto the start-finish straight. He's got DRS on Steve-O. Oh, and he's right up Steve-O. That DRS has been put to full use there. I think he's completely the overtake before the turn.
Chris on Chaz. Chaz is up the chuff. Is he going for the outside? No. Thought better of it. Oh, that's Chris, sorry. Going for the outside. I've just been looking at that. Lee is closing the gap on Mitch.
He does, he seems...
Oh no, hang on, sorry, that was 5, it's gone, it's 6 now, sorry.
Yeah, but it was 6 before and it went down to 5, so I think it depends on the sectors, and I think they've got 2 very different setups which shows different effects on different parts of the track.
Yeah, well Mitch is coming into the last corner now. Hang on, sorry, now. And Lee is coming into it now. So, yeah, judging by now and now, it's not much difference.
They're definitely, they're running their own race now, they're off out front, so it'll all come down to pit strategy to see if they can maintain the pace throughout the race and use minimal time.
How long the tyres will go.
So, oh, Cookie's just overtaken Steve-O. I've seen that Cookie was catching Steve-O quite a lot earlier, but Steve-O's on the softer compound. Do you think 10 laps of the soft tyres will be starting to show a bit of wear?
Yeah, a little bit, but I think you can take these tyres for quite a long time around this track.
Yeah, I thought they'd be effective for longer than 10 laps, but Steve-O seems to be struggling on these soft compounds.
Well, I've done a little test in practice, but I don't know whether it's the same in the race. And I took them way past what they were giving me in the game, like literally double the length.
Well, I think that depends on your driving style, because if hitting the corners hard, then it's going to have an effect on the tyres.
Oh, I did not let up. I was thrashing the nuts off the car. And yeah, by the time I looked at it, I thought, is that possible on these tyres? And it was.
I think it's
I'm not going to say how many laps I did on them because I got this race next. So. And double was an exaggeration. Or was it? I
don't know who to watch now.
No. I'm on Cookie at the moment.
Let's watch Cookie because he seems to be very good on these medium tyres. He managed to take Steve-O, who was on soft tyres. Oh, he ran a little bit wide there. But Harry Ben, the other Williams driver, he's on the medium tyres, so it's two different strategies there from the Williams garage, but they're definitely coping differently with these tyres.
Is there a great deal of sort of difference once the fuel comes off between a medium and a soft tyre around this track?
Well, these harder tyre compounds I don't seem to understand myself too well, but all I know is that I'm not a fan of the mediums. And I'm certainly not a fan of the hard.
For the real F1, have they given them a super soft tyre? Is that right, what they've done? So they're giving them super soft and mediums for this race in real life this weekend.
I'm not sure, to be honest with you.
Because they've always, I think it was the last time they gave them the hard tyre, and they only used, I think it was Red Bull used a set in practice, and then the quality in the race, nobody touched the hard tyre at all.
All I know is that I'm getting excited for Monaco, where we're going to see the first appearance for the Hypersofts.
I reckon they should have given the Hypersofts around this track, because bloody hell, the pit stops they'd be making, the laps they'd be getting in, the times would be coming down, but you'd see so many pit strategies dropping in.
Yeah, because I think this is.
You imagine the slower cars, yeah. You imagine like the Mercedes and all of them lot using the soft tyres. And then you get the likes of like the lower field down the bottom using the hyper soft tyre. Oh, there'd be some fucking, pardon my French, first one in a jar. There'd be some battling going on, yeah. And the pits, and then you would get pit strategies coming in, because why give them hyper soft tyres if they're not allowed to use them on certain tracks?
Yeah.
I mean, Spain, they broke the track record. You won't get that in the real F1 because maybe they did that on the Hypersoft tyre. Did they give him a Hypersoft in testing? I'm not sure. But yeah, if you've got a fast tyre for a fast track, why can't they use them?
Just want to see Gonk here coming down to the start-finish straight. He's got DRS on Sir Brian, and he's certainly been right up the backside of Sir Brian for that last sector. So he's going up on the outside now.
DRS. Oh.
Have a check. He's got the DRS open, and he does.
Yes, nicely done. Nicely done. Can Sir Brian come back? I don't know. And it looks like it. Oh, Lee's picked up a penalty.
Lee Finley, is that the first penalty?
Looks like it.
I
haven't seen any come up.
I'm trying to keep a note of the penalties now because there's
on lap 13 as well. Unlucky for some.
Yes, unlucky for Sir Brian, who just got taken by Gonk.
He got gonked. Yeah.
So Snoop seems to be putting a challenge onto Chaz as he comes into the DRS zone, the first one now. Oh, and Chaz is defending there. Defended quite well, I feel. I think he was full in control of the vehicle then, and he knew what Snoop wanted to do, so he defended. Let's see what Snoop has to say about that as we come down to the second DRS zone at the start-finish straight. He's got his DRS open, but he seems to be quite a distance behind, actually. No, No, that didn't seem to work for him there. Maybe Snoop's setup is
He
better
needs
for
to
the
stay
turns.
behind the car when he opens up his DRS. That would be a good advantage.
Well, I think Chaz has just got a better straight line speed, so he's struggling to take him with the DRS.
He's sort of closing him in the corners, but straight lines, he's got him, hasn't he?
Yeah, so Chaz is just defending round the turns.
Oh, that's good driving there.
Close, yeah. Defending round the turns, but as soon as it comes to the DRS, he knows that Snoop will open it, but he probably flicks to Rich and just sails down, and Snoop can't catch him.
Yeah.
I mean, they're both on the soft tyres, and neither of them are pitted yet, so the tyre wear should be somewhere around the same. As he? Oh, yeah, he just showed him there. He says, "I'm still behind you." I think he goes for the challenges, but he backs off quite a lot. So now, when he comes down to the DRS straight, he knows he's not got the straight line speed as the other Red Bull, and I think he just struggles.
I just had, for some reason, it come up as 1 lap.
Yeah, it seems to do that as it crosses the line. Yeah. Another great feature from Codemasters then.
That was to me that, like, from Ben down, everybody had got lapped. Oh, Jordan's just picked up a penalty.
Yeah.
So that's 2 that we know about so far.
I think I'm going to keep on Snoop for a bit here. I can see Chewie is getting close to Mr. Flash, but it's definitely going to begin to frustrate Snoop now, not being able to catch him when he's got his DRS open. Why go to that kind of view? That's a silly view. Can he keep close to him to get the slipstream and the DRS? Because I think that's what he'll need to get past him.
Chewie's in the pits.
So Chewie,
there we go. This
16 laps.
Whoa, and Chaz goes in as well.
Oh. Well, that solves that argument on who's going to get who on the start finish straight.
How many laps? 16, was it?
Yeah, 16 laps, and people are starting to begin their pit strategies. Oh, Chris Bean coming out on the hard tyres. So let's have a move up to Ben now, who seems to be closing.
Good luck with him.
With Harry Ben.
I think if he's on them, he's going to the end, I think.
He's got to be. Oh, and Harry Ben.
Yeah.
3-second penalty there. Dan is right up on Harry Ben. Maybe that's where he's got his penalty from, putting the pressure on. Ooh, and a little bit of a spin there from Dan, but he's managed to keep it down. And come round to the start-finish straight, where Dan will have DRS on.
He's got a very good exit out of that corner.
He is.
Very good slingshot. Should get him down yet. He's got the straight line speed, which it looks like he could be close.
Oh, this is going to be great.
Be clean, lads, be clean. That's clean enough.
Touch a wheel
that's
there.
clean enough. That's right, that's battling.
But now we've got Cookie right behind him to contend with now as well.
Ooh.
And Cookie's having a look up on the inside. Oh, just couldn't quite hold it on the inside. Oh no, and Cookie.
Ooh, tank slammer.
That was a good save.
Oh, I bet he's whipping the toilet paper out now, right now. Having a little, you see it flick out the car in a minute.
Be interesting now to see how Chris Bean copes with these hard tyres. Oh, and we've got our race leader coming into the pits now.
Lap 17.
Whoa, and he's 24 seconds ahead. So we might be in and out before Lee Finley can even catch
Well,
him.
that's a pit stop, isn't it? It's got to be. What's a pit stop around here? It's less than 24, isn't it?
I think
But he's
in a
going to be
second we're gonna
right on
find
his
out.
chuff when he comes out. Let's have a gander.
Interesting
Let's
to
have a
see.
goosey. Right, he's on his way out. Where's Lee?
Nowhere to
He's
be
coming
seen.
down.
He is coming down, but you can't even see him. yet
Right,
on the
Mitch
screen.
is going to be up the first corner before he even gets to it. There you go.
Yeah,
Right.
there's your answer. So we'll flick
Lee is
down
now
there.
on the... Yeah. Right. Mitch goes under the sign. Lee goes under the sign. Now there's the time difference.
Yeah.
Now if I would have said Mitch goes under the sign, Lee goes under the sign, he would have been very closer. Much closer.
I like your theory there, but I think Lee is going to be quite agitated now that Mitch has got in and out of the pits.
And Lee hasn't pitted yet, has he?
No.
No. So Mitch is
no,
on...
I tell a lie. Lee has pitted.
He has pitted, I was going to say then, because Mitch is on fresh tyres. And he's, I think he's going to give it Hamilton fucking cha-ching, hammer time.
Me little, how do you call it, YouTube display up in the top corner. It's telling me there's 5 comments, but how do I see them comments?
I don't know, but I'm glad you said YouTube comments after what you just said, because I thought, well,
I got some people probably giving me some commentary pointers there, and I can't see it.
some comment. Do you know, I have no idea. It happens on Twitch as well, unless you've got to actually be watching the stream on another feed to see it. I don't know, people write whatever it is, where we are, and tell us how to do that, so we can see who's texting stuff to us. Maybe we can respond to it.
Yeah, if you're asking questions,
Or,
unfortunately,
and
I
if
can't
it's
answer them.
complete and utter trash, I won't respond to it. So,
Yes, any constructive comments will be dealt with.
yes. Anything else will be binned.
We've got a tight little pack here, having a battle for 4th place. Harry, Ben, Cookie Games and Dan, all on the medium tyres. Neither of which have pitted. Oh, and Dan picking up a 3-second penalty there.
Apparently, yeah. It would be good if Code Matt Lee takes the speed. 21.8. Well done. Yeah, if Codemasters could make the camera view go to TV, was it the helicopter mode, and then give us an option to leave it on it, Chaz, because it's very good for if you're doing this, what we're doing, to have the sort of the helicopter mode. You can see a lot of what's going on.
There we've got Snoop and Sir Brian in the pits. That was tight by Dan there.
Yeah.
And Cookie and Dan there with DRS both open, struggling to catch up with Harry Ben. We've got Chewy a bit further down the field, who has pitted. He's got brand new softs coming up again.
Fucking hell. Oh, sorry, the force is strong with Lee today. Wow.
Yeah,
He's walloping him
catching
times
up
out.
on Mitch.
3. Ooh. I think I'm going to start shifting up there.
Oh, and Cookie was having a look there.
I'm just looking at the times now from Lee to Ben, if Lee is going to start really pulling away from him, whether it will be worth the boys on mediums coming in to...
Oh!
Because I don't know if their tyres are going to get any quicker, are they?
Cookie went in a bit deep there and caught the inside of Harry Ben. I'm not sure what the rolling would be on that one, because I wasn't paying enough attention, to be honest.
Well, I wasn't even on his car, so...
But yeah, that'll be an interesting one to see the replays afterwards, to have a little analyse of that.
Yeah, you won't see it on this one. Because I wasn't on it.
Let's have a look. Dan's just coming down to the start-finish straight behind Harry Ben. He's going to have DRS on him. And then I think once this straight's over, I'm going to have a look, see if I can change the settings for the broadcast, see if I can see them comments. Cookie coming in now. Is he going to change his wing? Oh, he's not going to change his wing. He'll change his tyres. Oh, there's a bit of a problem in the McLaren garage there.
Might have had a stop and go somewhere.
It was
after just said the first sec. Oh yeah, you know they'd do that before then, wouldn't they? Yeah. I've seen that before, mind. I think it was Singapore that I was watching, and it happened on the other league I race with.
Although I do think that there may be some wing damage from that incident with Harry Ben, and maybe he was just a bit frustrated that it didn't change his wing.
Or he completely forgot to engage clutch. Engage! and yeah, that'll cost you time as well, and you're like, oh shizzle, I've got to get out, click, engage, and then off you go. Right, he's up behind Das now, he's going to be on Das Chuff in a minute.
Yeah, he's got the DRS.
And he's on a quicker tyre. He's going to Ricardo him. I can see Ricardo coming up in him. He's going to be like, good day. Ooh, he thought about it. Dan, 5 seconds stop and go penalty for speeding in the pit lane. Ooh, did he shut that door on him, man? And Snoop is right in amongst all this lot as well.
Snoop is also pitted. I wonder if Dastardly will come in now, because he'll certainly get challenged. He's lost a position there to Cookie, and I think he's about to lose another position now to Snoop.
This Red Bull car's got... Ooh, here comes... Snoop's just done him.
Yeah. But Snoop does
some
have a
reason
10-second penalty to serve for this race because of an incident in China. So that'll obviously affect the finish.
Yeah, he needs to get his skates on and get some places up then. For some reason, these Formula 1 cars, when they change the tyres and they put the white ones on, it just reminds me of a snooker player with his white gloves on. I'm looking at the Red Bull and it's like, you need hands, and he's got white gloves on. It's the shizzle that goes through my head. Anyway, back to the F1. What are we looking at?
So I just flicked to Mr. Flash, who's took gone, but I can see that gap that Lee Finley just keeps closing with Mitch.
That Gonk has taken a few places, hasn't he? All the way up to 6th.
Let's have a look, see the position changes. Gonk, yeah. 9 positions gained so far. And I tell you what, he hasn't even pitted yet. So he's still on old tyres at the moment. So maybe that's why Mr. Flash just took that position from him.
You know, Gonk has got the same as Jordan, except Gonk has gone up 9 and Jordan's gone down 9. A green and a red one.
Oh, of course, Jordan had that lap 1 incident, so he was...
yeah, it was unfortunate. I have to have a look back and see exactly what happened there. I was sort of on the, I think maybe 2 or 3 cars behind when that actually happened, so you could catch why it happened.
Lee Finley just about to break the 2 second gap from Mitch.
Oh.
So
Yeah. Ben and Gonk are the only two that ain't pitted yet.
yeah.
And I think Ben needs to come in because the times are tumbling away.
Although dastardly,
He's a pit down already.
Yeah.
Yeah, if the two boys in front of him pit now, they'll still come out in front of him. And if Ben pits now... Oh no, sorry, I'm off the leader, shite. Yeah. I think if the two boys pitted now in front, if they wanted to, they'd still come out in front of Ben.
Yeah.
24.6 down.
So
yeah.
Massively they've got him. Cookie just taking Chaz there, relatively straightforward. But Cookie is on the softer compound.
Am I right to say now, if Ben pitted now, that the two boys in front would actually have a 2 pit stop gap on him?
Yeah, he would.
By the time you come back out, yeah.
Because he'll pit and come out, and then he's going to have about 50 seconds, isn't he? 50 second gap.
Yeah, I think they've stayed out too long on these them tyres. Maybe.
Although
but,
I think
yeah,
Mitch and Lee are just unhuman on the soft tyres.
yeah. They've got a plan, definitely got a plan, but I mean the two boys in front, they're in no man's land at the moment, they're gone.
Yeah, they're definitely on for a two-stopper.
Maybe Ben was listening to me. Let's see what he goes on.
Right, I've got to see now if I can display these comments up on. So let's have a look-see. View comments.
Front of Steve-O.
There we go.
Oh, you can see him, can you?
Yeah, I can't seem to do anything with them. They're on the screen.
Any useful comments there? Or,
there was actually. Rev's posted a few up talking about the tyres that we was talking about. Somebody's asking to show the number of pit stops. I did see a comment early from Dave saying Mitch will lap the lot.
Dave is my TV, Dave.
Yes, your TV.
Yeah, I'll go with that. I'll go with what he said. I think the two boys at the front will lap the lot, the way it's going. Looking at that, because they're nearly... okay.
So Harry Ben coming down on the start-finish straight now with DRS on Dan. But of course Dan has also got DRS on Gonk, so that'll affect him catching Dan. So they just train round turn 1, 2 and now 3. Yay, I can count to 3! In fact, Dan looks like he's given a challenge there and he takes him on the outside. Oh, but Jordan, 5 seconds stop go penalty.
Ouch. Maybe that first sort of incident has thrown him a little bit, being so far behind.
Yeah, well, of course, his first incident, he had to pit, but then that means his tyres now will be worn down just like everybody's else. So now, although he's done 2 pits, he's only done 1 after lap 1. Oh, 1 or 3 seconds.
I think that Ben has got damage to his wing. If I'm looking right, damage to the left front. Not
Ben.
much. Yeah. I think if you look at the front of his car, the left sort of side plate is gone, isn't it?
Yeah.
I think Alan coming down the straight.
Oh, Evo now taking on Gunk, but Gunk is the only one who has not pitted yet. But he's on the soft compound, so them tyres are not going to be up to much. But once Gunk pits now, hopefully I think he's going for a one stop. But he's going to be outside the points when he comes out the pits. So this tyre strategy needs to pay off for the Haas team to win some more constructors points.
Where these two boys are going in the front, they're going to be outside the bloody... Oh yeah, Lee's in.
Ah.
Right, now we see the distance between when Lee comes out to where Chewie comes out on him.
Well, he's going to be out in front.
And why is he in so early?
Well, maybe he wants to get the jump on Mitch.
Medium tyres. Chewie is now... Where's
Does Lee
Chewie?
run assists? I don't know. I don't think he does, because I have seen him lock up a few times.
Looking at that, he just locked up now, so I would say he doesn't use ABS.
Yeah, he might use some of the traction, but he doesn't. I don't think he uses ABS. But he's gone onto the medium tyres, so he is looking to now finish the race on that compound, I'm sure. But he knows Mitch is going to have to come in. So it depends what Mitch will do.
Well, Mitch is now 22 seconds up the road to Lee.
Yes, but
so
Mitch did softs, and then he changed to the softs again, so Mitch has to go for a harder compound, so the longer he leaves it, the better his... Oh, I don't know.
What tyre is Mitch on now?
He's coming in. He's responding, definitely. So, let's have a look. Where's Lee gonna... What? Where's the cars in front of Lee? Is he lapping people already?
Probably.
Yep.
I think that's how far out they are in front. Oh, hang on. Fastest lap. I don't want the fastest lap up there.
So Mitch is coming out. He's going to come out in traffic, and we got the Toro Rosso in front of him, but the two Renaults behind him. And Lee Finley is... Oh no! The two Renaults collided. Ah, that is not what Lee Finley wanted. Who was the other Renault? I can't remember.
We've got Hip.
Hip. Oh no. Hip is last.
Hip has got no damage.
And Lee's off because his wing is just completely totaled. He's not going to be a happy bunny right now. Oh no, Lee. Right. Let's have a skip down now to Chris Brown. Chris Brown? Chris Breen, I mean.
Oh, Lee is now spun. Was that Lee spinning there in the background?
No, Lee Finley, I think he's give up. Oh no!
Would not be happy with my teammate if that happened. Well, shit happens. I didn't see it, to be honest. So, would he run into the back of him, or?
What, for the two Reynolds incident?
Yeah.
Well, coming round turn
looks like
one, Hip to Brown went sideways, and Lee, just following the normal line, Hip was just came into his line. So
happens, doesn't it?
But that's heart wrenching.
Well, they'd probably be having a chat after the race.
I think they'll probably be having a chat now.
I'm glad I can hear it.
For our audience, I think I'm glad too. Oh, what's going on? Oh,
so I do think Hip was a lap down on him already when he went to pass him. So
he was, but I'm quite interested what's happened here. Mitch pitted again. What's going on there? He's pitted again, unless he was doing it in honour of Lee. But he's now made himself come out in third place. Lee Finley's 5 seconds stop go is just having a nightmare.
He's retired. He's retired.
Oh, did he? Oh.
Lee, yeah, I think it's when he come up. Unfortunate, man. He was going. That's another DNF.
Yeah. But
not his own fault, though. I don't think that was.
That one wasn't his fault. No. When you're lapping a car as well, it's happened to myself. I think it's happened to everybody. You come to lap a car and you just misjudge whether they'll let you past or not.
Accidents happen. It's a game at the end of the day. You make a wrong move or a wrong decision, you're going to go one way, and you think the car behind you is going to go the other way, and you both go the same way. It happens.
So we see Mitch.
It's like you go left, I go left. Wallop. Oh shit! Pardon me.
Chewie's in the pits. Mitch is right on the back of Mr. Flash and is about to take him. I think he completes the overtake before turn 1 and easy picking. Mitch back out in first.
I was wondering, did Mitch open up that DRS just as he passed him on the overtake? Because I didn't see that DRS come open, and then all of a sudden it opened and he passed Mr. Flash.
No, did he forget to engage his DRS?
I don't know, or maybe that's the way it happens when you're doing a Colin McRae up there one side. That looks like a Red Bull, and
where we're looking.
The other Red Bull driver, who's that?
Oh, that's definitely somebody getting.
Chaz, that's Chaz. Chaz is, he be having no front wing.
He's got no
He's,
going down the safety road. And,
I think that's going to ghost in a second, that car, but it's not.
He's being sensible.
No, he was being careful, yeah.
Tapped after him.
Well
a lot
done.
of people don't do that.
Well done. This camera angle, yeah, sometimes it's, you think they're close but they're not. It's just a camera optical conclusion. Right, he's coming in. He's got to go on a quick tyres, hasn't he?
He has. He's definitely
Has he got any
do
left?
something to respond, because 15 races left in the race. He's got 5 places to clear. Oh no, and he's missed the pits.
Oh, he missed it. Ouch.
Oh, I'm going
Gotta
to
do another lap now.
I'll tell you what, that's going to be heartbreaking to watch.
Yeah, I'm off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not going to depress him by watching him.
Sorry, Chaz, but have a good
Trip back to the
getting
pits.
back to the. Yeah, I'm not going to watch you, mate.
Right, Gonk now. He's done his pit. So he's now on some fresh tyres on Dastardly. Dastardly did pit possibly about 8 laps before him, and he's on
They're
the
both
inside.
side. Oh, that is
Good
sweet.
wheel to wheel.
That is. Oh, that was a good overtake. That was.
He didn't overtake him.
Oh no, sorry.
It was a good
it was still
attempt.
good.
It was a good
Whatever I
attempt.
watched,
Yeah.
it was good.
It was clean.
Yeah, it
Which is
was.
what we like at wheel to wheel.
It was, and it was wheel to wheel, wasn't it?
Yeah. Clues in the name.
A good bit of battling going on from these two.
There is. There is. Ooh, it's a bit tight on that corner.
What's happening to Mitch? What's happening to Mitch? I'm seeing Mitch go down. What's happening there? He's gone AI.
Oh, no.
His car is no, hang on his back. What happened?
Oh, a bit of carbon fibre there from, I think it was the Haas of Gonk. Yeah, because he's ran wide there. I think he went a bit too close to Dastardly. Oh, but he didn't come into the pits. He's definitely got wing damage.
Yes.
Maybe he's going to see how he can cope with it. But he's definitely dropped back now from Dastardly. So let's have a look.
Front
around.
right hand. He's got front right. Yeah, he's a little bit missing.
So we now look at the top 3. There's only 1 second that splits the top 3. Mitch, of course, he's done 3 stops, whereas the 2 other drivers have done a 1 stop. So interested to see now as Mitch and Dan will open their DRS. Have they got the straight line speed to challenge Dan with his DRS open also?
I'm watching Cookie flying down here, and I think he can see these guys up in front of him, which he can.
Yeah.
Not
It's
much
nice
in it,
to
he's
see
under a
now that
second.
it's changed to a battle for first rather than first being 30 seconds ahead.
Yeah. But Mitch is loving this. He does love the battle, does love a challenge. So I think he's he's going to be quite happy here if he's battling.
Clearly he's got the pace, but Dan looks like he's up the side of Mr. Flash. Mitch right up behind the pair of them. And Mr. Flash takes the position back.
Knocking on the back door of the lot of them. I see.
Well, I think Cookie's playing a clever game because he's probably just watching these battles and waiting for the aftermath for him to just drive through and go, thank you. Oh, and hip. Retired. Oh, he's in hits.
And believe me, I tell you what, the two Williams guys ain't too far behind them as well.
Again, the two Williams, they'll be after the constructive points.
And Snoop.
Right, Mitch is making his move on Dan. Right up the side, and actually completes the overtake before turn one.
They're actually under a second between them to Sir Brian from the leader. No, sorry to lie. Delete what I just said. Total shite. That's brain engaged before gob opened. Actually, it's the other way. Gob open before brain engaged.
I know what you mean.
Yeah.
Still a tight gap there. Chewie is definitely putting a threat on to Snoop.
Oof. Mr. Flash and Mitch are going for it. I'm going to stay on these three because they're having a...
And it looks like Mitch is up the side of Flash before he even engaged his DRS. This should be easy pickings for Mitch, but Flash gets right up behind him to get the flip screen again.
Do I see a lap car up ahead of him? I do.
Will that be gone?
I don't know, but they're battling and they got to contend the lap car then as well.
Although the lap car will have a blue flag, it's still going to be difficult to move through the traffic.
Yeah, I mean, I've been in the lap car many times, and trust me, when you got guys coming up behind you as quick as these boys, you gotta... It's easy just to pull over and let them go.
Yeah, that is...
Dan has got the pace on Mr. Flash. Yeah, is he going to break him in the corner?
He's got him. Is Mr. Flash going to take it on the rebound? Yes, he is.
He has.
Ooh, that was tight. And as you say, Cookie still just hanging in the background, waiting for his opportunity. Mitch is opening a gap now from first place. As Cookie's moving up to battle for second.
Cookie is doing what you were calling in footballers like goal hanging, just hanging around, just waiting. Eventually something will happen and it'll come his way and he'll go tap. Oh, nice bit of work for the day. Go.
He's waiting for two Renaults to collide again.
Have you seen Cookie pick a penalty up yet?
Cookie... no. Well, I haven't seen it.
No, that's right. That's what I was thinking. Maybe he's realised in this game penalties are not what you need to be picking up.
It's points, not penalties.
Correct. Stay out of the black and into the red. That's for this game. Put two in the bed. R.I.P. Jim up there.
And we are on the DRS straight here. Dan is... I think he was hanging back. I think he thought that wasn't the right time to make the move. Dan is of course got some.
Cookie is on a quicker tyre than the three guys ahead of him.
Yeah, so he should be catching him.
Mm.
Although there is always the fact that they've all done one pit stop, so how are them tyres holding up? Because I would like to think if I was on the softer compound that I'd be putting pressure on him a bit more than Cookie is. Harry Ben in the pit.
Oh yeah, if I was on a softer compound, yeah, I'd be going
screaming to get past
it.
them, because otherwise my softer compound would be wearing out, trailing behind someone
you
in the harder compound.
You're going to be, and stuck behind the car for quite a couple of laps. It's not only that, it's soul destroying as well when you're trying to get past. And that was a bit of lag there, wasn't it?
I think it was. I did see Dan's icon earlier having a network. Mind you, I think all top three, so I don't know if it was me. And a network connection logo. But Cookie now right up on the back of now. So we're talking about this softer tyre compound, maybe he's using it effectively now. Oh, is that traffic as well in front?
Looks like it.
That's gone again, isn't it? Oh no!
No, he's using it. He used that for the bit of drag. Oh, damn in defence. He's gone in deep. He's gone in deep.
Yeah, I think there might have been a mild touch there, but we'll have to see another angle from that. Cookie will be happy with that move, I think. Getting in front of the medium tyres.
Oh, 26 to go.
And 26 laps to go.
I would say Cookie's got a pit again. And I'm wondering whether the boys in front can do. How many laps have they actually done on them tyres already?
Well, that's it. We're just not sure. I'm sure Mitch will be alright because he went on to the mediums quite late as he's done the 3 stops.
It's well, Gonks, 5 seconds. Speed in the pit lane. Whoa, look at. Good overtake.
Mr. Flash and
these yellow tyres are coming into effect now.
They are. Oh, and there's a challenge there by Dan. Coming up on the inside.
I'm watching. Oh, no.
I don't know if there was.
Looking at it from the back of Cookie's car.
Right. I've just got to go off mic for 2 seconds, guys. Sorry about that.
No, don't leave me.
I know, I'm sorry, Debs. 2 seconds.
Well, we're on a leading car at the moment, Mitch. And he's looking quite smooth. Sir Brian, 3-second penalty. Well, it seems to be Dan is stuck in a McLaren sandwich by the look of it. Let's go down the grid and Checking these boys.
Sorry there.
That's okay. I filled him full of loads of information while he was gone. I couldn't stop talking.
He had a crying daughter at the time. Don't like sleeping when Daddy's got things to do.
For some reason, why is Mr. Flash dropped off?
Is it wing damage?
Oh, I don't know.
Oh, Dan's got the
no,
move
it doesn't.
on Cookie there. And he's kept the position. Well done.
On the harder tire as well.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, Mitch is 8 seconds up the road.
Yeah. Well, Mitch now lost the threat from Lee Finley. Oh, and Cookie's coming into the pit.
I wonder what he goes on to the end.
Although this might be good for Cookie, because if he comes in, I can't remember what his first compound was, but if it was the mediums, he'll have another pair of socks available to him, which he does. On fresh socks, so he's going to have quite a bit of pace now. Where's he going to come out?
Well, it's close. Yeah, see, they're all going that quick now. He drops him back down to 6th. Looks like Chris is staying out on these hard tyres to the end.
These tyres that Cookie's put on now, 22 laps that they're going to do, but I think they'll be give it a couple of laps for him to bed in, and he'll be challenging them positions straight away. What we're looking at with Snoop's on the medium tyres, but he's pitted once compared to Chewy's twice. So.
I'm going to give Gonk some Chewy some airtime. I think I've been on his car for a while.
Who's that, sorry?
Chewy. Oh, my camera's gone to a different angle for some reason. It's quite a good angle, though. Yeah, Chewy followed by Snoop, and then Cookie on his way again.
Cookie, I'm going to watch Cookie now because he's got them brand new soft tyres on compared to Snoop's mediums. Snoop hasn't even got DRS from Chewy, sorry. So yeah, he completes the overtake before turn 1.
Cookie definitely not got ABS because he just smoked his tyres up there.
So I'm wondering now if any of the other cars in front are going to respond to Cookie's pit stop.
Depending how fast he starts catching them up, because you ain't. Depending on how long they can take these medium tyres for. But I mean, if Cookie's going to be catching them like a second a lap, I think I would be going in.
Yeah.
And trying to match the tyres what he's got, but. Yeah, Mitch heard me.
Yeah, I've got 21 comments now on YouTube stream.
21.
Yeah. Quite a lot of interest if you want to follow us on the Wheel to Wheel Facebook page. Or
Was
even
that
if you
21 comments off the same person, or numerous people?
Most of them are from Ren, a few from Dave. Gonks just posted up a comment. Oh, Flasher has pitted, but Cookie is now right up into third now. There's a Flash pitting. Overtook him for the pit. I would be surprised if Cookie isn't on the podium.
Yeah, it's been a very good race so far. Got a lot of overtaking, a lot of pit strategies going on. A couple of battlings, Gong has left.
He has.
I've just seen him go. Yeah, in the garage. I suppose that's a good way if you're going to do it like that, and do it in the thing and hope so your car doesn't ghost out on track. Because that is pain in the arse when you've got to come out to a ghost car and try and pass it.
Yeah, that would be... especially when we did have the safety car on, it always used to frustrate me quite a lot.
Can you imagine that in real?
Cookies moves straight up to second.
And Cookie just gets the quickest lap. Yeah, I mean, could you imagine that in the real Formula 1, like going around Spain? Lewis Hamilton, yeah, watch out for a ghost car up in front of you.
Yeah, but whose ghost car would it be? That's the question.
Or anything, or he passes a corner and there's a levitating piece of wing in the middle of the track, just levitating there, doing nothing, hovering around, and he goes through that as well. I don't know.
And then your tyre just ghosts into the track.
yeah, starts doing pirouettes.
Drops off
morphed into the track as it comes off on them stupid tethers that they put on the game, since that has happened.
I'm just looking at Chris Bean, who's done one stop, who's on the hard tyre. He's up into 7th place. So it'll be interesting to see how he can hold that position for the rest of the race. Actually, some cars are coming in now to do their second pit to get fresher tyres, so he'll have a struggle to maintain the pace against them, but he might just get enough of a lead in front of them to keep his position.
I mean, if he's got the pace there, I mean, I would, if he gets near him and they pit, if I was him, I'd pit behind them, shove on the same tyres as what they've got, because all he's run is a hard tyre, and see if he can get him on the last couple of laps, maybe.
The other person,
he's the only one that's used that sort of strategy.
He is. The only other one stop so far is Snoop. He's on the medium tyres. I wonder how he's going to hold up. He's got Mr. Flash behind him now, who's on fresh tyres. So it's be an interesting little battle for third place coming up.
Yeah, I'm on him now. Pardon me. Ooh.
Is that Chewy in the pits? Yeah, Chewy's in the pits.
Yeah.
I wonder if Snoop will do the same. Snoop's got DRS obviously from Chewy, but
Snoop has
Flash
made 13 spaces, 12 spaces as I say that. That's a lot.
That is. Although, let's not forget, Snoop started at the back because of he tried the inters where everybody else was on full wets for qualifying, and I don't think it paid off. So I think he's definitely a driver who's got the pace to do well in qualifying, but I think the Toro Rosso garage just made a bit of a wrong decision with the Inter there.
Yeah, I was thinking of sagging my pit crew. And sort of, I don't know, get in Honda, maybe.
Well, I think I'd definitely prefer a Jane rather than a Jeff.
Yeah. I mean, you could have
Jane
that.
saying over the radio, change of strategy, I'd like you to come in with a hard.
Yeah, yeah, I'd like you to put the, have you got the hard on? And I'd be like, oh yeah, yes Jane, oh yes, I have.
Yes, I'll come in with the hard and I'll go out with the soft.
Yeah. It'd be like, Jane, adjust your seat. Oh yes, please. I mean, she's got that voice. You do anything she bloody told you.
You would.
It's a dry race, but I would love you to come in and put that wets on. You'd be like, oh yes, yeah, Jane, yeah, why not? Should I run out on one wings as well? Yeah, no problem. Oh, that was a darling of a spin. Make a race interesting.
Right, Snoop has pitted.
Yeah.
He's coming out now in 9th place, but he's got some fresh soft tyres on for the last 16, 17 laps. So I think he's definitely going to regain a few positions there.
Chewy is up by Ben at the moment.
Ooh.
Ben on the harder tyre. And his teammate in front of him, Steve-O, also on the harder tyre. And Ben in front of him on the harder tyre again. Mitch, quickest race lap 119s he's down into now.
So he's smashed the record already from last season, which was set by him.
Yes, he's definitely a force to be reckoned with.
Well, he's got the triple so far. He had pole position. He's currently got the fastest lap and he's currently in first.
Yeah, I don't know. Anything can happen, mate. Believe me, anything can happen. Do we keeping all these viewers interested, or my one viewer interested?
Well, I've got 4 viewers at the moment. I did have 7, and Harry Ben is up on the inside of Steve-O. But
and you still had 6 more than me.
Oh. That is an interesting battle. I wonder if the Williams garage had anything to say about them challenging each other or not, or whether there was any team orders there. Because that was a hard tackle, and it just seems to have allowed the Mercedes in between them, and the Toro Rosso now up on the inside of Steve-O. Steve-O's lost a few positions there.
How long has he been out on them medium tyres?
Let's have a look.
I was saying that mine Snoop is out on it. He is on fresh tyres, isn't he?
Snoop's
So
on
that would
fresh
explain.
tyres, yeah.
Yeah.
But Chewy's done 3 stops.
Fresh tyres,
Ben's done 2.
low fuel.
So what we're looking at now, we've got Chewy up on the back of Ben, followed by Snoop, followed by Steve-O. Steve-O slowly falling behind. Maybe it's to do with the tyre strategy. And we've got Chewy and Snoop. Ooh.
I'm watching it now. I'm on Chewy's back end of Chewy's car.
Ben doing some defending there.
Right, Snoop has now gone into the back of Chewy. And I did see a bit of wing come off Snoop's car. Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
he's missing front right, isn't he?
yeah, so Steve-O will get the jump on him because he's definitely going to have to pit.
14 laps remaining.
He's got to pit. He's got to pit. I think that's too much of the wind come off.
Oh, and there's a
3-second penalty as well, yeah.
That might be.
He's not pitting.
First.
Yeah, it's the right hand side. He's clipped.
Yeah, you can see it. See you jump on board with him. Just an update from Gong. Posted up on the comments saying that he was trying a one-stop until lap 30-31, then mediums, but unfortunately caught a fellow driver, which I think was that incident in Dastardly where he lost a bit of his wheel. So he come in and last report says that he'd done 3 pit stops. So I think he's
didn't work out.
Yeah, the Haas garage. Maybe on the last pit stop they couldn't get the nuts on.
Yeah, couldn't get the nuts on. Yeah.
Chris Bean is still up. He's up in 5th at the minute, with the only driver who's done a one-stop. So his strategy at the moment, I think, is paying off.
Paying off, yeah.
Although he's 13 seconds behind Dan.
Yeah.
So, but he is still 7 seconds above Harry Ben. So we'll have to monitor that gap and see how we can hold the rest of the race. But Mitch, interestingly, has done 4 pit stops. Yet he's still 10 seconds out in the lead. So he's probably got the freshest tyres out of the lot. Chewy apply the pressure onto Harry Ben there.
I think I was dastardly getting a lap there because that's a McLaren who just overtook him.
Oh, Chewy with a 3-second penalty.
Yeah, it could be. Just lapped.
So we got Chewy with his DRS open, Snoop and Steve-O failing to get their DRS. But Chewy, I don't know why he was struggling for a bit of straight line speed there, I think, because his DRS zone, he seems to have not made any difference with his gap to Harry Ben. Harry Ben's gap to Chris Bean is slowly closing, but for the fact that Chris Bean is on the hardest compound and Harry Ben's on the mediums, I'd have thought maybe making a bit more of a improvement on the gap, but maybe that's where Chris Bean's harder tyres are still within a good range at the moment.
I'm looking at his sort of front left tyre on my sort of camera view. You can see the split in the middle of it appearing.
Yeah, definitely.
So it's yeah.
I'd love to know.
Dragging him out to the end. Yeah. Quite high, I would say. But it's paying off for him at the moment.
Chewy just about managing to get the DRS there, but again I think he seems to be struggling in straight line speed compared to Harry Ben. He just can't seem to get up to him.
We've got Snoop lurking in the background as well now on them boys.
Yeah, obviously.
And Steve-O behind him.
Yeah, Snoop came in for the new tyres though, didn't he? Or did he? I'm sure he did.
He had to come in for a new wing again, didn't he? So he probably changed. Yeah, he had to change his tyres. But are they fresh tyres or are they worn tyres?
Yes, because you do
I
have
mean,
the option to put on your qualifying tyres, don't you?
yeah, yeah. Depending on how much life you took out of them. But I mean, if that's all you got, then you just got to go with what you got.
Yeah. Round and black. I'm waiting for a joke from you, don't devil.
No.
Oh, Dan seems to have closed his gap right up to Mr. Flash.
Yeah, right up. Bloody hell.
Well, Dan and Mr. Flash, they're both on the same compound, they're both done the same amount of pits, but what lap did they pit on?
Dan having a back end moment there. Time to put my chair on and blow cold air at my arse. Hey, there we go. Whoa, it's better.
Dan's coming down the start-finish straight here, he's got DRS
Yeah,
and Mr.
I'm on,
Flash,
I'm
but
on,
he's defending. Oh no, he seems a lot closer on the other camera.
No, I think he was that close when he was looking at it. I was looking at it as well, and he was close. I think he, yeah, Mr. Flash defended well there. What's happening with the other boys?
Dan's got his DRS open again, and doesn't seem to have the straight line speed this time to catch up to Mick. No. No. That was a good move by Dan. Couldn't really see too well with that camera angle that the game did us, but we'll see how we can defend on the start-finish straight, see if we can defend against Mr. Flash with the DRS.
Oof, Mr. Flash puts it in chuff mode. Not around the outside. Oh, maybe on the undercut. By the next corner, no.
Mr. Flash is going to keep on the pressure now to Dan. So Dan's
Could
got
go
to
on the
now keep
inside, yeah. No.
his race clean for the last 6 laps, 7 laps.
I think the way it's going, I think penalties are not going to be too much of an issue in the end of this, because I don't think many of them has picked quite. I don't know. How many penalties have gone down? Not that many, is it? Not
Well,
as many as Russia.
I've been trying to keep track of the penalties, but I've missed
Oh,
a
I
few.
gave up on 4, mate, so I'm glad you kept track.
I tried to keep track, but I think we'll just have to wait for the race director at the end and see what kind of points come. There's Mr. Bean.
Oops,
Mr.
there we
Bean
go.
picks up some more.
Ouch. There's an incident in Sector 1. Is that Jordan? Yep, Jordan's in a gravel. And he's retired.
Now.
Yeah.
Well, he's not had the best of race from the lap 1 incident, so...
No. I'm just wondering whether it'll AI his car, or ghost his car.
I'm sure I could
Has he
see
got a car coming up behind? There we go.
Bold spot on his rear right tyre as well. So... But here we go. Well, Dastardly may be in for a point here if any of the cars in front have got enough penalties to drop them down the positions.
Dan, 3 second time penalty.
Now I know Dan's got a few penalties now, so it'll be interesting to see how that will affect the final position.
Ben is slowly catching Chris, isn't he? Who just picked that penalty up then?
Mr. Flash. So Mr. Flash with another penalty on. Did I see another one going in? No, that might be Mr. Flash's first penalty.
Do you want to give us a rundown of the top 10, Bloom? As we stand?
Yeah, let's have a look. So we've got Mitch Emery in first place, 14 seconds, 15 seconds behind him. We've got Cookie in second place, Dan in third, Mr. Flash in fourth, Chris Bean in fifth, Mitch Emery just picking up a time penalty there. Had Mitch? Ooh, I think he did have a penalty.
That's his first one, isn't it?
No, I'm sure I've seen him with a penalty before this, but I might be wrong. We'll see at the final race director.
Yeah.
Then in sixth place we've got Harry Ben, Chewy in seventh, Snoop in eighth, Steve-O in ninth, so Brian in 10th, and Dastardly in 11th, and then we've unfortunately got 5 DNS below that, whether the car retired or crashed out. Obviously we've had a couple race incidents with Lee Finley, Jordan on lap 1. Hector Brown obviously was also involved in that incident with Lee Finley. So
yeah, I'm quite gutted for Lee because he was having a blinder until
he
that
was
point.
having a fantastic race. He was contending with Mitch, and it's just a shame that we couldn't see the full performance from Mitch and Lee because of that incident. So we've got 3 laps to go. We'll see how the penalties affect it at the end. Ooh, Sir Brian with another penalty then.
No, sector 2 incident.
So we've got Harry Ben just coming up to Chris Bean now. Chris Bean's still on the hard tyre, having only done 1 pit stop, and Harry
He's got
Ben
him.
is tucking.
Oh.
Oh, but he's ran wide.
And oh shit.
I don't know if Chris Bean's actually got any penalties either. So I think even if Harry Ben does take him, then they might switch places back through penalties.
I haven't seen a penalty come up for Chris.
Ooh, did Chris run wide then as well? I thought I saw Chris run wide as well then. So Snoop's coming down to the start finish straight. He's got DRS on Chewy. Final lap.
Yeah, I'm on Mitch's car now. Nice. That's all 3 in it. Pole, fastest lap, first win.
It is, yeah. I'm still on Snoop.
That's the way to come back, isn't it?
He's got DRS now. No, and he can't seem to do it, so let's go to our race leader. Just coming up to sector 3, isn't it? And down to the start finish straight, and we have the winner of the Spanish Grand Prix, Mitch Emery. In second place we've got Cookie coming round the last corner now.
Hey, Ben picked up a penalty.
Yeah, 3 seconds on the last lap, that's not what he wanted. Got Dan crossing the line into 3rd, Mr. Flash in 4th. Harry Ben and Chris Bean. Harry Ben's just taken Chris Bean by the looks of it. So, but again, we'll see as they cross the line how the time penalties affect their position. Oh. They've not,
stays the same.
Yeah. Interesting. Still a good race for Chris Bean there. With the only one on the one-stop strategy.
Chewy and Steve will switch there. Right. Well, that was a very good show of dominance by Mitch.
It was.
Got to hand it to him.
So, unfortunately, I think I'm going to skip this last sequence, just so I can spend that little bit more time looking on the race director. So, from that, we've got maximum of 3 penalties. So nobody's losing positions to our rule for penalties.
Nope.
So, first place we have Mitch Emery, second Cookie Games, third Dan, fourth Mr. Flash, fifth Heavy Ben, sixth Chris Bean, seventh Steve-O, eighth Chewy, ninth Snoop, 10th Sir Brian, and 11th Dastardly.
It looks like Steve-O just got Chewy here at the end. By that penalty that Chewy got.
I flick through the race directory. I don't think we need to, really, because the penalties seem quite straightforward. There we go, ladies and gentlemen. That is AL1 Season 10, Round 5, Spanish Grand Prix. Thank you very much for joining us today. And I seem to certainly have had a few people watching and comments on the YouTube, so it's nice to see that there's an interest in the live races and live commentary. And thank you very much, Devils, for joining me.
No problem, will do, and hopefully see you again on the next one.
Yes, and next week, what's our next track? What we got? Monaco.
Monaco, oh.
Oh my days, Monaco.
Oh, the track I love to hate. Right then, I'm going to stop broadcasting now and go in with this lot and chew the fat and see what shit's been going on. Cha-ching in the jar.
Thanks again, ladies and gentlemen, and I'll see you soon.
Yep, same as. Bye-bye.
Bye.